If you want to rotate selected image parts, that's where you use the J, K, and L keys. J will rotate this way, L will rotate this way, and K will snap it back to a rotation value of 0. So that's the basic, most important hotkeys when creating a frame. Now all I'm going to do is use the methods that I've already shown you to create a full frame for the character. I'm placing this little bit that was an abdomen, and I'm fixing its Z order with the control and arrow keys. And same thing with the back arm. Place it in generally the right place, select it in the list, and fix its Z order. And I'm just going to continue doing that with all of the pieces that I need. Scroll down here a little bit. I know I'm going to need one of these. And let's see, what else do I need? I'll eventually need pelvis, thigh. As you can see, I can go fairly quickly. To be safe in future frames, I should fix the Z order of that back leg to be behind the front leg. There we go. And front shin. Shoulder pad. And whenever I need to, I will just fix the Z order. For instance, the sword is going to be above the hand. I need that below. So I'll just, actually the best thing would be to fix that, select that arm, which should be called forearm 0. There we go. Select it in the list and hold control and press up until it's above the sword. The sword should be above everything else except for that. And I'll continue to find the pieces I need. There's a little arm bit, I'll need that. And put that in the back. There we go. And foot. Another quick set of keys I should mention. The plus and minus keys can be used to enlarge or shrink a part. As you can see here. Hold it down. And again, original W, original H will bring it back to its original proportions. I don't think I've done it yet, but I'll eventually program a shortcut key, a hotkey to do the same thing to return an image to its original size. Okay, here's where it gets a little more interesting. Now that we have a frame assembled, we're going to want to start creating animations. And of course an animation is a series of frames, so we're going to need more than one frame. Often in an animation, some frames are going to be very similar to one another, and it would be silly to start from scratch by dragging image parts again now that we have all this work done for this first frame. So of course a much faster way to start making a second frame would be to copy the first frame, and as you can see right here with this box copy frame, you're going to be using that a lot, I think. And then once you copy that frame, select that copy. To keep yourself a little more sane or organized, you can rename that. And so now you have the second frame. Of course right now it's identical, but you can easily go in and start picking parts and using the W, S, A, and D keys. And remember, it's going to start to become very tricky to select what you want to. So definitely learn to select items from the parts list, and that's another reason to name them in a very clear manner. Rotating this piece a little bit, tweaking its placement, and I'll do the same thing with, I should mention also, while you're clicking parts in the frame preview, if you hold shift and click, you can select another part and tweak their position a little bit. And then I need that little arm there, which is going to probably be really hard to select because these other images are over it. So I'm going to look for arm 0 in the list, and that makes it really easy for me, and then I can tweak its position. So now we can start going back and forth to see the difference between these two frames. And I want this whole upper body to go up a pixel in this frame, so I'm going to use the right select trick until I have everything I need, and I'm going to press up. So now you can see this whole body goes up at the same time a little bit. And I think the pelvis should do so as well. So I'm going to look for pelvis, and move it up. Now we can see, and this is a simple way to create a subtly different frame for an animation. So I'm going to use the same exact technique to create a third frame, and that will be enough to demonstrate how to create an animation from your frames. So I'm clicking done with the rename, and I can give myself more room if I want to. And I can, again, it's usually very useful to start selecting parts this way, and look for the arm, rotate it a little bit more, and tweak this part. I'll even rotate the sword a touch. There we go. Find a little arm piece. Okay. Check what I've done. That looks fine for the arms. But I think what I want to do is make this whole upper body, including the sword, there we go, down one, and then in this one, down one as well, and then finally up. So there we go. So that is a good example of how you can very quickly and easily go back and forward in frames and make your tweaks to create an animation. And now what we need to do is populate those frames into an animation list and tweak their duration. And I'll do that in a second.